Alright lads, do you want to play Bleach or Residence early? Well, now is the chance to do that, but you gotta be quick. Because starting right now, we do have access to the Residence Prelude test, which is basically going to be its final beta test for the global server. You, of course, can't just wait to play the game November 21st when the game officially releases, but if you want to get a little bit of a head start in terms of how the game is going to work, what exactly you want to play with, what you're potentially going to replicate when the game launches, basically 3 weeks from now, you can do that in this particular test. So if you want to get access to this beta test, all you have to do is go to the pinned comment of this video, and there will be a link taking you directly to the download page where you can download the APK. For some countries, it might say not available in your country, but I will also provide a Google Drive download link so you can also download it without having to go to the website. But for those that are wondering on an update regarding the global pre-registration rewards, remember right now the main goal is to get to 15 million, pre-registrations, and with that we are going to get 10 extra summon tickets and also a mystery avatar frame, but the main thing is the 10 summon tickets. Right now we've gained like 1 million over the last 2 weeks, which is kind of crazy. Currently at 13.8 million. The main goal right now is to get to 50 million. So if you haven't already pre-registered, make sure you do. But if you do go into the link that I did provide in the pinned comment, there will be a massive big download button. It looks a bit sketchy, but trust me, click on that. It will start downloading the APK where you can then start playing the game. Keep in mind though, this is currently only available on Android devices, so if you are on PC, it will give you an APK that you can use on an emulator, and if you're on an Android device, you can just instantly start downloading the game. Now, you do want to make sure you get through the tutorial part of the game, because this is a first come, first served basis, which is why I'm making the video super quick. If in the potential chance you do download the game at a later date, let's say tomorrow, for example, and it says the servers are closed or full, then unfortunately that means you're not going to be able to play this beta, but it is only lasting a week, and again, you'll be able to play the official game pretty much 3 weeks from now. But to secure your spot in the beta, all you have to do is pretty much get to this part of the game. It takes like 5-10 minutes, including download speed. You only have to go through the first, basically 6 levels. Once you get to level 8, while also unlocking the Chad trial quest, you will get access to all the pop-ups, and that's pretty much securing your spot in this particular beta. So with that, once you do finish the tutorial, you do get some summons. Right now, for example, we have access to 22 summons, so we might as well use them for the sake of the video before we start continuing on doing some extra levels. So, can we get an SSR in the 2 multis that we have here? Hopefully. Now, the summon animation you are looking out for is the Visored Ichigo animation. We got Nemu. That's a decent SR to pick up, assuming we can maybe get Yoruichi. So we want to see some yellow sparks. No yellow sparks, so no Visored Ichigo, unfortunately. It's fine, though. These, again, it's the starting summons. We got Yachu. That's actually really good. She's a really good support. And we also got her stamp. That's actually really good. That's a really good summon, by the way. Especially for my second multi of today. But you are going to get a guaranteed SSR and 50 summons. And you'll get that throughout the entire beta. Because remember, hopefully, again, we are going to see this on launch. There's plenty of ways to get summons in this game. They quite literally are giving up to 300 summons. Now, I shouldn't be doing this using Spirit Jades, which is the currency in this game for just the very basic default summon tickets, especially when you can get 300. All your Spirit Jades, when you are playing the beta and the launch, wants to be put into the limited time character banners. But for the sake of the video, let's just do a quick extra multi for 360 Spirit Jades. And we are getting SSR, so it was worth it. There we go. We got a Visored Ichigo animation. Does that mean, who do I want? I would like Yoruichi, especially because I just got Nemu. But I haven't played with Yoruichi. We got Kisuke again. I got him last time. I pretty much got him mostly all the betas that I played in this game, which is great. He's actually a really good support character. Unironically, this is the best summon that you can get right now, but I just know this is happening multiple times in the beta, and it won't happen in the official launch of the game. Can we get a 2-in-1? That would be kind of cool if we possibly can. Probably not, though. Again, the chance of that happening is super low. Not like crazy low, but chances are it probably isn't going to happen. So yeah, pretty cool stuff that I was able to get in SSR in pretty much only 3 multis. But keep in mind, when you do get your SSR in these first 5 discounted summons, you do lose the guaranteed SSR. That only happens when you go to the 50th summon, assuming you don't get an SSR beforehand. But with that said, let's see if we can quickly level him up. We actually have a really good team right now, because the main character you are going to use from the jump is pretty much this Ichigo, and then eventually the Shikai Ichigo once you do unlock him. So having access to Yachiru and also Kisuke, 2 support characters, is going to further increase their damage output and just let me clear content easier and faster. So can we actually build that team right now? Unfortunately, we can't, because we're right at the start of the game, where we have to use the preset teams, Ichigo and also Orihime, which is fine. Let's do a few quests, though. I'm going to skip the cutscenes, because, again, I am rushing for the sake of the video. I want to get this out quick so everyone is aware that you can play the game right now. You know, the last couple or so beta tests that we have had, I think 5 at this point, have all been super limited in certain countries like Southeast Asia, China only. Before, it was also, like, super restricted in terms of how you could get a code when the very first one happens. But it's kind of cool that we do have Orihime playable, by the way. I'm only saying that, too, more so because we didn't have a playable in the Rebirth of Souls console game. Which would be unfortunate. It makes sense, I guess, but it would have been cool. Let's counter that. Lovely. The counters are super satisfying in this game. And this Ichigo's also pretty decent for what he is. Alright. So right now, I think we're just looking for some spirit ribbons. So it's kind of just showing us how some quests will be going through. Right now, we're around the Chad part of the story, where Chad and the Parakeet, I believe, is fighting some Hollows. So are we going to fight the Hollow now? Yeah, so we're chasing up after Chad. But who's next? This enemy is super easy to counter. Keep in mind, that's something you are going to want to pay attention to when playing this game, right? Every time a familiar enemy comes up on the screen in a certain quest, for example, you're going to want to work around how you can parry them. And this enemy here always starts off with that charge attack, and even if they hit you and you mess up the parry timing, you can just instantly parry again. They give you a lot of time to parry, because like, I can get hit a few times and then just parry. But it's kind of cool. So every time certain enemies appear, you're going to change your playstyle around them based on how you can parry them, essentially. But there we go, not too bad. Let's do one more quest. Hopefully I can actually change my team, but I don't think I can. So I'm just going to skip all the dialogue. So right now we're doing the tutorial section. They're just telling me that I can upgrade the weapons. We're currently upgrading Ichigo. And do we have... Let's actually get the stamp onto Yachiru. So in this case... This is how you are going to want to build your characters. It's basically the weapon for each unit, and it gives them extra effects. So, in the case for Yachiru, when Yachiru is spectating, that's one of her abilities. Once you use a skill and then tag her out, she will appear on the field and just watch you. But while doing that, she will give you a buff. So with that, while she is spectating, reaching 25 or 75% of her ultimate energy grants teammates an inspiration effect. We can tap on that, gives us a 10% slash boost for 6 seconds, which also increases our crit damage bonus. So quite a nice effect for what is otherwise already a good character. So let me make sure I put that on Yachiru. And also, since we're probably forced to use Ichigo, let me level him up at least to max level. And we can't get into the next level just yet. So I think we have a few more levels to go. Now we can actually change our team. So let's do that. Let's put Kisuke on. Also put Yachiru. And that's the team you kind of want to build from the jump. You know, you get your 2 good support units. That's going to carry your damage output. And then you can pretty much just cycle between, you know, each Ichigo. First up, you're going to start with the initial one. Then eventually you'll get the Shikai one for free. And then if you get lucky enough, or if you play long enough, once the game officially releases, you will get the Bankai Ichigo. And that will further, you know, boost how much damage you can do as your main DPS too, especially when paired with characters like this. So we're going to use Yachiru's first skill, then switch into Kisuke. You'll see that Yachiru is on the side there, just watching. Really cool. And then Kisuke right now, let's counter. Lovely. Let's use our special too. So that Kisuke right now, this early on, also doubles down like it's just a really good damage dealing character too. He's probably not even working as a support. I'm probably better off just using him, especially at max level. So nice, we got a free Ururu, and we're also going to get a free Uryu pretty soon. So this should be our final level of this chapter, and I guess we'll wrap it up after this. All right, here we go. So who are we fighting now? Is it Grand Fisher? I kind of forgot. Even though I played this game 6 times at this point, I think 7 times overall. No, we're still in the Chad fight. Yeah, it's the Rukia and Shrika. Is that his name? It's Shrika, yeah. I'm not a fake fan. Let's counter. Lovely. Switch into Yachiru. Probably should have done an additional attack there. Switch into Kisuke. Are we already done? No, man, he's backing up. He's scared of me. He's scared of me. Well, again, we're skipping. Oh, we can't skip this part. Is there interactive part? There is not. Because there are some cutscenes that are like interactive. Right, let's fight with Kisuke. Yachiru, you're right beside him. What are you doing? Right. Charge down. Charge down. Then we block. Switch to Ichigo. Lovely. Use the skill. Let's get back to Yachiru so she can cycle. Block. Go to Kisuke. Hella damage. Back up. Back to Ichigo. And then finish up with the ultimate. Never mind. Are we still going? Okay. Never mind, it did actually end there. So that's pretty much the first chapter done. Like I said, you only have to get to the part where you get the 300 summon pop-up, basically telling you that you're pretty much done the tutorial. There's still some extra stuff to learn as you continue playing the game. But once you get your 3 summons, and you're on top of the skill building, that pretty much secures your spot for this week. Remember, the beta itself is only lasting a week. It's here for 6-7 days. This isn't a paid beta test, by the way. So in the previous beta test on Southeast Asia, you were able to spend money, and that would actually transfer over to the real game. This beta, you can't do that. So everyone is pretty much going to be on the same playing field. Everyone's free to play. And when the global launches, then everyone, can start doing what they want to do there. So we actually did get some more summons. Can we do an extra summon? So we got 5 there. Again, probably shouldn't have spent those Spirit Jades, but, it was worth it, to be fair. We did actually end up getting Kisuke. And how many summons do we have? We have 5. Can we do another multi? We need 100 more Spirit Jades. No, we can't. So, unfortunately, we can end with a multi there, but it's fine. So, yeah, if you want to download the game, now is the time to do it. You have a week to play Bleach Soul Resonance early before the game does officially release in pretty much 3 weeks at this point. It's first come, first served, so make sure you get into it as fast as you can. And again, if you are in a country where the game technically isn't available, there will be a Google Drive link, so you can just download the game there too. Either way, hope you liked and enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Take care, and peace.